Okay, so this is Electrical Apparatus and Devices, Module 1, Topic 1, which is the basic operation and construction of transformer. By the end of this topic, the student should be able to first explain the basic working principle of a transformer, specifically how it uses mutual induction and Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction to transfer electric power between circuits without changing the frequency. Second, identify the essential components of a transformer, including the primary and secondary coils, laminated steel core, container, insulating mediums, and bushings. Third, differentiate between the core type and shell type transformer constructions, comparing how their windings and cores are arranged. Fourth, describe the techniques used in core construction, such as using laminated sheets with staggered or imbricated joints to reduce eddy current loss and employing cruciform or stepped cores to maximize useful space. Then number 5, explain the function and maintenance of transformer oil, including its dual role in cooling and insulation, the use of breathers to keep out moisture, and the prevention of sledging. And number 6, classify transformers based on their cooling methods, distinguishing between oil-filled self-cooled, oil-filled water-cooled, and air blast types. Okay, so as we start, a transformer is a static or stationary piece of apparatus by means of which electric power in one circuit is transformed into electric power of the same frequency in another circuit. You need to take note that this is a static or stationary, because you need to see it that um it's not moving. Okay, pagka sinabing the transformer is a static piece, okay, there are no moving parts in the machine itself. Ibig sabihin, no moving parts, unlike what you are studying in electrical machines. Okay? And of course, when you see it like this, that what? That the power is transformed, no? Meaning the power is transferred. Okay? Ibig sabihin, same power is being transferred to another circuit. By what? By same frequency. You need to remember that it should be what? Same frequency. The frequency is constant throughout. Because if there are variation in frequency, then there will be a slip in which it happens on what? On it happens for in induction motor, okay? And it can raise or lower the voltage in a circuit but with a corresponding increase or decrease in current. Why is that? It's because since the power in the input will be the same as the output in an ideal transformer, no? Okay? Then if there will be what? Decrease in voltage, then there will be corresponding increase in current. Okay? So that's it. Now, the physical basis of a transformer is a mutual induction. You need to remember that uh, the conductor here, when you see it like this, it's a primary coil. Okay, so we have a coil here. Okay, so it's looped in this side. Okay, but the conductor being used there is a magnetic conductor. It has an insulation which is a varnish. Okay, so now when you try to loop it, of course in real situation, these conductors are beside one another. So it looks like what? A shorted conductor, but it's not shorted. It because of what? Insulation that they possess. Now, after that, I'm meaning to say the conductors in the primary end, the conductors here are not electrically connected in the secondary coil. They are not connected here because in actual uh, situation, the conductors there, the core will be covered by paper, okay, before it goes with what? With the conductor itself. So they are not electrically connected. But what? When this primary coil is being equipped with what? AC source. Yan. An AC source, okay? Then, what will happen is what? There will be a magnetic field. And of course, a magnetic field that this coil will produce, and because of the core itself, the 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 magnetic field are now aligned. Okay? So remember, if we do not have the core, then the magnetic field will be what? Will be dispersed. Okay? So it's important for you to note that there is this what? A core. Okay. So that's it. Now, mm, regarding this, it says there that it is linked by a common magnetic flux. Yes. And maybe I told you earlier that when an AC source is being connected to one end of the transformer, it will produce a magnetic flux. But how about if a DC? No, DC is connected to this side. What will happen is due to what? Diba when you say coil, it has what? A resistive component and an inductive component. Okay? And what will happen if you have a switch here, okay? In your electrical circuits one, when the switch is closed, so what will happen is in steady state, the factor that gives your inductance here will now be what? Considered shorted. Okay? So there will be what? There will be no magnetic flux from that circuit if you connect it to direct current. Now, in simplest form, it consists of two inductive coils which are electrically separated but what? Magnetically linked. Okay? Through a path of low reluctance. The reason why we put the core is for what? To make the reluctance uh to make the reluctance being low. Okay? And when the reluctance is lower, then there will be a greater alignment of what? Of the magnetic field. Okay? Now, the two coils possess high mutual inductance. If one coil is connected to a source of alternating voltage, an alternating flux is set up in the laminated core, most of which is linked with the other coil, in which it produces mutually induced electromotive force. So meaning to say that the energy is transferred to the secondary coil here, okay, as this what? As the magnetic field as the magnetic field goes through with this conductor as well. Now, if the second coil circuit is closed, the current flows in it, so the electrical energy is transferred from first point, some point the first, in which energy, the AC supply mains is called what? The primary winding. We call this one as the primary coil. Okay? We call it as primary. And then, the other form in which the energy is drawn out is called the secondary winding. Okay? So we call it secondary, in which where we are going to receive the energy end. Okay? In brief, a transformer is a device that first transfers electric power from one circuit to another. It does so without a change in frequency, and it accomplishes this by electromagnetic induction, where the two electric circuits are in mutual inductive influence of each other. Remember this, no? That they are in mutual inductive influence. So that's the wholeness of the transformer. Now let's go with the next one. The transformer construction. The simple elements of a transformer consist of two coils having mutual inductance and a laminated steel core. The two coils are insulated from each other and the steel core. Other necessary parts are, first, some suitable container for assembled core and windings. Next, a suitable medium from its container. Third, a suitable bushings either of porcelain, oil-filled or capacitor type for insulating and bringing out the terminals of windings from the tank. In all types of transformer, the core is constructed of transformer sheet steel laminations assembled to provide a continuous magnetic path with a minimum of air gap included. So the more air gap for the lamination, the greater the buzzing sound, okay? Or the greater the hysteresis loss. Now the steel used is of high silicon content, sometimes heat treated to produce a high permeability and low hysteresis loss at the usual operating flux densities. So that's why if we want to decrease the core loss, we have to increase the number of steel core lamination. Okay? The eddy current loss is minimized by laminating the core. The laminations being insulated from each other by a light coat of core plate varnish or by oxide layer of the surface. That's what I am telling you earlier. The thickness of lamination varies from 0.35 mm for a frequency of 50 Hz to 0.5 mm for a frequency of 25 Hz. The core lamination in the form of strips are joined as shown. Okay, next. It is seen that the joints in the alternate layers are staggered in order to avoid the presence of narrow gaps right through the cross-section of the core. Such staggered joints are said to be imbricated. Constructionally, the transformers are two general types, distinguished from each other merely by the manner in which the primary and secondary coils are placed around the laminated core. The two types are known as the core type and shell type. Another recent development is spiral core or wound core type, the trade name being Spira core transformer. When you look at this one, for the core type, the conductors ay the core is being looped here, okay, on the outermost portion, okay. That's the core type construction. But for the shell type, it's constructed in the middle portion wherein the primary winding and the secondary winding are combined here, okay. But remember, they are not electrically connected, so after the high voltage winding, you're going to separate its terminal, okay. Separate its terminal, and then there will be another terminal for what? For the secondary winding, okay. That's for the shell type. Now, it's so-called core type transformers. In the so-called core type transformers, the windings surround a considerable part of the core, whereas in shell type, the core surrounds a considerable portion of the windings as shown schematically below. That's the same thing I did earlier. Okay? In the simplified diagram for the core type transformers, the primary and secondary windings are shown located on the opposite legs or limbs of the core, but in actual construction, these are always interleaved to reduce leakage flux. As shown, half the primary and half of the secondary winding have been placed side by side or concentrically on each limb, not primary on one limb or leg and the secondary on the other. In both core and shell type transformer, the individual laminations are cut in the form of long strips of Ls, Es, and Is as shown. Here in the Philippines, we use the EI core, E and I. So this core and the I core. Okay? So it's when you create your transformer in laboratory for under this laboratory course, we are going to use the E and the I core. Okay? The assembly of the complete core for the two types of transformers is shown below. As said earlier, In order to avoid high reluctance at the joints where the laminations are butted against each other, the alternate layers are stacked differently to eliminate these joints. So meaning to say, if this is an EI core, you're going to put here E, and then after that E, and then the I core is here. Okay. So in real situation, this is para magkadikit. This is attached. And then next alternate layer. So you're going to put E, the E core here, E core here. Okay. Okay, that's where you're going to put your E core. And the I core here. Yan. And that will be repeated until the end of the stack of the core. Okay?